Hi, this is Steve Kamanapali, and I'm glad you're watching this video. People ask me all the time, what should I do in between meetings? Well, before we get into that, let me share something about the different roles a board member has. Now, when you are in a legally constituted meeting, you as a board member are wearing your governance hat. That's the only time. In fact, you only wear it when there's a quorum. But there are other hats that you wear as well. There's a donor hat, there's a volunteer hat, and then there's a implementer hat. After the meeting, there might be some things that have been assigned to you in the meeting, especially in a small organization. And that's the only time that you'd wear a implementer hat that is operating under the CEO's authority. But all board members should leave meetings knowing that they put their volunteer hat on. So what is it that they do in between meetings? Well, let me give you a list of things that would spur your imagination. Number one is that you want to engage each board member, usually under the CEO's leadership, to do a couple of things. One is to use their unique motivations for being on the board, their skills and their abilities, their personal networks, and their time available. Second is you want to, as board members, help recruit, nurture, and encourage other board members. Next is you should always try to show support to the CEO and staff through small acts of kindness. Next is be a personally be a donor of record early in each year. Next is volunteer time to engage other donors. In fact, when you volunteer, bring another donor with you. Another example of something that you could do is you can study about the sector in which your organization functions. Become a student of the nonprofit governance to help the board. You can make site visits to observe the organization in action. You could draft materials, you can review or edit materials, you could critique the website, you could critique other websites that you could learn from that your organization can employ. You always want to pass on good information to the staff and other board members and provide moral and spiritual support to individuals in the constituency. You can volunteer to serve on an advisory task force or another group, or offer to do research on a topic or organization that would be helpful to the board or the staff. I would encourage you to always stay in touch with other board members and help build good relationships between you and other board members. I also encourage that every year the board members should be evaluated on how successfully they're wearing each hat. What I find is board members want to know, how can I do better? Because I love this organization that I'm on the board of. So from what I've said, what are some things that you can do in between board meetings? What are some things that you can put to work right now and make plans for in your meeting today, but before you meet next time, in that time in between meetings? I hope you have a great meeting, and I'll see you next time.